Hey everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this one I wanted to quickly kind of show you guys my settings on my Fujifilm GFX 50R. So this is something that I've been meaning to talk about for a while now, just because it's something that I think a lot of people may have issues with when they first pick up a Fujifilm camera. I know when I first got my first Fujifilm camera, which is the Fujifilm X100F, I knew that coming from a Sony versus a Fujifilm just felt different in the hands, and there was obviously a little bit more manual settings that you kind of had to like mess with instead of just going through the settings and dial in, menus and all that other stuff. So anyways, without further ado, let's just get into it and I'll show you guys that now. Okay, so now we're looking at the screen of my GFX 50R. So right now I'm going to go into my settings. So click the settings. Now we're going to go all the way down to the setup. From here, I am going to go to button dial settings so I could show you guys exactly what I'm doing. Right here, click that over. And I will go to the function settings right here. Okay, so as you guys could see, this is what my settings are currently on. I will walk you guys through them right now. So the very first thing, which is going to be the button on the very top, that is going to be controlling my drive. So depending on, what I want to shoot, that's what I'm going to press to change that. It makes it super easy because it's actually kind of in a weird spot there, and I don't really touch that button often, so it works out for me. The next button I have right up on top, right in the middle next to the exposure compensation wheel, is actually the wireless communication. So I put it up there, makes it really easy, kind of hands-free right there. Then the next button I have right here is the function 2 button. So this is going to be the one right up in the very front next to the lens. I like it here because as I'm shooting, as I'm composing my images, I could click that button and it'll focus check, especially when I'm using something like manual focus. I could really dial in my settings and make sure that I'm nice and exposed properly, as well as making sure that I'm in focus. So that's kind of dire for me. Next button is going to be function 3. So this is going to be my autofocus on button right here. So autofocus on, obviously when I'm using something like my 50mm f3.5, I could click that back button right there, and even though I'm in manual, it'll still autofocus for me, which is great because that's what I plan on using this lens for. Next button right here is going to be my white balance. So this is what is it, button function 4, or function 4, sorry. This is going to be right next to the wheel on the top right. I have it here because once again, it's pretty easy to get to when I'm in the middle of shooting, and it's something that, is within fingers reach. So it makes everything easy for me, and I don't have to take my finger off, the camera and mess with it in the settings. Function 5 button, focus area, that's what this is right here. So that's going to be right there, a little bit under that button. The next few settings, honestly, I haven't changed any of these just because I don't use the touch features of the GFX 50R. I will show you what mine are though, just so you guys know. The first one's histogram, so that's looking up. The second one, which is swiping left, is going to be film simulation. The right one is white balance. Like I said, I don't touch these, so if there's a duplicate, that's why. And then the last one, swiping down, is going to be electronic level. I think I put that one in custom, not really sure, but there's that. And then the last button here is going to be when I press down on the back dial button, it's going to give me face, eye detection settings. But beyond that, that's pretty much my settings that I currently have on my GFX 50R. Okay, and that's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to show you guys in this video. I wanted to make it kind of quick and easy and digestible for people that are just going through videos trying to find the information that they're looking for. I'm just going to talk for a minute about kind of why I chose these settings the way that I did. If you guys are not interested in it, then skip to the end and definitely check out my channel and see what else, may interest you guys there, because I do a lot of photo shoot videos and other things, and there'll be more things coming up as well. But without further ado, let's just talk about why I chose the settings that I did. Okay, so the reason why I have everything set up the way that I have it is because this is just more comfortable to me. Obviously, the settings that I just showed you guys, you could optimize them and change them however which ways you like to. But for my shooting style and the way that I like to personally photograph people, these are the settings that I think fit me the best, at least right now. Let me just kind of walk you guys through this. I know I showed you guys the settings already, but let me show you guys how I actually like compose my image and how I, you know, kind of dial the settings inside of the camera. So for example, like I will turn the camera on now, right? So I have it on, I will point it towards the subject. And once I get the photo that I'm actually looking for, then from here, you know, if I'm using the 50mm lens right here, which is what I'm using, this has autofocus in it. So I will be able to click the back button here, autofocus, and then take the photo, right? So that makes it easy for me. And as I said, the back button right over here is what I have for autofocus. Now let's just say that I have my manual focus lens on right now. So, you know, I'm composing, I find the shot, I start manual focusing right here. Okay, I found the image right here. Okay, but now I need to check and make sure that I'm perfectly in focus. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click this front button right here. That will take me into a super zoom. And what's great about this is the fact that once I get into like that zoom, the back button right here, I'm able to control the zoom. So I could either have it greater or less. So more zoomed in or less zoomed in. And from there, I'm able to dial in exactly right. Then I could click it again to get off that screen. And then I could take the picture, right? That's just why I like it. These are, like I said, the settings that fit for me, the settings that I personally enjoy shooting with. Oh, and by the way, I should probably mention that up here, so this button right up here, this controls the shutter speed, and then the back button right here, or the back dial, controls the ISO. So that's pretty much it. That's my entire camera setup. That's how I shoot this camera. That's how I enjoy shooting this camera. And I hope maybe this video showed you guys something that maybe you guys could think about, or maybe you're just interested in seeing what other people shot with. I don't know. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. That's the end of the video. Short, simple, sweet, to the point. Talk to you guys next time. So let's see. Bye.